Okay, what would you say one of your biggest regrets in life is?
Biggest regrets. I try not to live with regrets, but
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't
Yeah.
thought about that one too much.
yeah.
I don't have a lot of regrets.
Yeah, do you have any large passions that you're focusing on right now?
Let's see. I love spending time in leisure right now. I'm kind of between jobs right now, trying to figure out what's my next gig, what's my next job. But I'm actually reading about crossword puzzles, reading about physics, reading about all sorts of stuff, just trying to learn more and upskill while I'm in the downtime between jobs and stuff.
Yeah, that's great. What would you say is your favorite book of all time?
Favorite book of all time? Well, besides the Bible, I really like Six Easy Pieces by Richard Feynman.
Yeah,
Physicist guy from the 20th century,
Yeah.
wrote Six Easy Pieces, a great book about his lectures and a great introductory physics starter for anybody who's interested in learning about more about physics.
yeah. What got you into physics?
Well, I was good at math in high school,
nice.
and I just was like, hey, let's try to learn more about the universe and what makes stuff work and stuff.
Yeah, what do you think is the most interesting theory in physics that people should know that is like just way out there?
Ooh. I don't know a lot about string theory, but I've heard it's kind of an interesting thing. It talks about like dimensions beyond like the third and fourth dimension. That kind of is interesting to me.
Yeah,
I think like there's something called M theory. I haven't looked much into, but they're trying to find that theory of everything that combines all the stuff together in physics, all the standard model and
yeah,
all that stuff to get an idea of what's going on. And
yeah,
I know it gets kind of into this idea of like determinism versus free will. Like, well, what's actually going on in the world? Do we have free will? Do we not?
Yeah.
And then, but I think it's more like the laws that govern the game or the physical world, so to speak, not necessarily a deterministic, like if we run the simulation, it's going to just keep doing the same things. Like, there is some input that we give to what goes on in the world, and that's really great that you're doing this YouTube channel to give people their input, a chance to give their input.
yeah. Do you think we have free will personally?
Yeah,
Do you think we do?
I do. Yeah.
Was there any experience that really just made you realize that we do?
I can't point to a specific experience, but I'm a Catholic,
Yeah.
so I believe that from that we have some sort of free will, and the choices that we make are important.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Were you raised religious, or did you slowly learn? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Catholic, we call it in the Catholic circles. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another question.
No, it's all right.
What would you say is something that you really want to get done in this next year? Doesn't have to be like a 2026 goal, but just something you really want to do.
Well, I think right now for me, finding a job is a good idea and what
Yeah.
I need to be doing, but
Yeah.
finding the right type of job, not just any job that's going to like earn money, but just a job that I may be passionate about more, or is a good mission and has meaning to me,
Yeah.
would be something I'm working on, trying to figure out. I'm actually about to go meet with a friend at a coffee shop to discuss more about that stuff. So
Yeah, you can talk as long as you want,
No,
but if
that's
I'm
cool.
holding you up, just head out. But it's great to hear your ideas. What do you and your friend like to talk about? What kind of made you guys connect together?
So it was kind of like a friend of a friend kind of thing, and I
Yeah,
he was talking to a different friend of mine, and I was like, oh yeah, how's it going? I introduced myself, gave my name, and
yeah,
just we hit it off like as good friends. And so just been talking, and he's like, yeah, I help people figure out what they want to do for their job and stuff. So I'm like, oh well, great, that's what I need. So it's good to have people working together with other people to connect the need to the solution, the problem, the solution kind of thing that works out. Because sometimes you'd be surprised what you learn from people that you don't know, or that the collective wisdom of different people, or something like that. And that's really great that you're highlighting this.
yeah. I think that's very
YouTube
true.
channel.
I'm wondering, what is your dream job right now? What's something you would really want to do?
Ooh. I feel like I'm a jack of all trades, so I don't know exactly what my dream job is because it's hard to narrow it down.
Yeah,
But I really like recreation and leisure right now, so it's like maybe something to do with like helping people rediscover the value of play and rediscover like
yeah,
I don't know what that looks like as a job title, honestly, but something to like I like crossword puzzles. I like, learning languages. I like studying and learning more about the world and the universe and physics and all that sort of stuff. So just, I think we've lost continuous learning. Like, we all focus on getting our job and just doing that one thing, and like we miss out on everything else that we can do too. But I know people are busy. People are, time is a limited resource for everybody. We only get 24 hours in a day, so and we got to keep the world running in a sense too. So it's how do you do that well and find time for things that interest you too,
Yeah,
so
you seem like a deep thinker. I'm wondering, what do you think is the best way to learn right now? Do you just think it's books, or do you think there's a interesting way?
There's some that can be done on your own with reading, and maybe reading online, reading actual physical books from that you might get from the library or bookstore. But I would say too, learning from other people is also a good thing. Like, you're learning a lot from me just talking to you right now, and like I don't know your name yet, and we don't know my name yet, but it's like I haven't even learned anything from you yet. Here, it's like I learned you have a YouTube channel. That's all I know about you right now. We just met on the street, So it's like, wow. But you'd be surprised what you can learn from an everyday person that you maybe just don't know or don't want to talk to,
Yeah, I think that's very true. I think, I guess I started this because there's a YouTube channel called like Soft White Underbelly. It's just interviewing people off the streets of LA, and it was like, I'm just going to go out and do it, get out of my comfort zone. I've interviewed about 4 people so far, but it's cool. Do you have any...
Well, this is getting out of my comfort zone a little bit too. I'm more of an introvert, so when, being able to talk to other people is a good thing that I need to work on too myself. So
to all the introverts out there, what would you say to all the introverts out there? Because I'm like ambivert. I'm like half.
I'm kind of an ambivert myself. So it's like I like talking to people, but I have to get out of my shell a little bit before I do. I don't always want to be the one to approach people, and I'm glad you approached me to ask me about this, and not like, I didn't know you obviously before, but I would say the inner world of an introvert is really a beautiful thing, and sometimes if you're lucky, you get a glimpse into that, and that's, it's not something that everybody's ready to share right away, but like deep thinkers, like people that could have ideas that could be really groundbreaking or really new and really exciting for people, It takes time to ruminate and develop what thoughts are, and to be able to expand on that and to build on what we already know as a human species, right? But just to be able to do amazing things, to be able to make connections between ideas and to help others see things that are helpful, and to grow as people, grow as individuals, but also as communities, I see a lot of division in the world, and I don't really like seeing that. We think about the things going on in Minnesota, we think about the things going on just around the world too, in communities and places where there's division. But I think with that collective wisdom that we have as people, I think there should be a way to make things right, to bring justice and peace around the world. But I'm not really well versed in that. My thing is physics, so I don't know what that looks like, but I have hope for the world, though. I do, and it's there's places that need it, and
What do you think is the best thing for our communities? What do you think is just a thing that would really help out a lot of people?
Well, I think for a start, just being able to talk to another human being. Like, I think we're always on our phones so much, and just like you came up to me to like ask me a question, and like that started this whole conversation here. It's like being able to simply just have a conversation with someone else, even if we disagree with them. Just be able to like ask questions and to understand where other people are coming from, and to just like to learn from each other. That's a start for sure.
I think that's very important. I think it's interesting how closed off we become to just hearing other people and stuff. And what would you say is something that really improved just your outlook on life? Was there some piece of advice that really just changed how you approach things?
I think I might need a second to think about that one.
Yeah.
One of the physics books I was reading,
Yeah.
I'm actually in the process of reading right now, is Fundamentals of Reality by Frank. I think his last name is Wilczek. I don't know how you say it exactly. It's like a Polish last name.
Yeah.
But he's talking about how in the physical world there's plenty of matter, there's plenty of time. Like, we're not, like, the idea of like scarcity versus abundance, right? So like we have a lot of stuff, and then we kind of know how the universe works a lot of ways, right? Like, we've grown so much throughout our history of scientific revolution and the 20th century learning quantum and modern physics, right? So we have a lot of knowledge, like, and there should be abundance, right? Like that, but why is there not abundance for everybody yet? Who does that look like?
Exactly.
What questions that maybe are worth asking, maybe not, but you think about, like, well, scarcity is what drives economics, right? But is there a way we can make sure everybody has what they need, and can learn and grow and help, be in a community and find their people, right? So the idea of like scarcity versus abundance is like a little bit of what changed my outlook on life a little bit. It's like we think about like, oh, we only have 80 years or 70 years or how many years you have, right? But like each day is a new day, We're always given 24 hours in a day. So
You what kind of is your daily layout of the day? What are some things you try to get done each day?
So being between jobs, I have some time. I'm trying to figure out the job search, taking some time. I'm meeting my friend to go over some stuff today, but since I've been doing relatively well health-wise, I've been spending each day for a little bit of time in prayer, trying to work on some musical stuff as well. Like, I played the piano, so just making sure I have that skill fresh and ready,
Do you have a favorite pianist? I kind of interrupted
I
you,
like
but-
Chopin and Debussy. I like their music a lot from that era.
Yeah.
But I play a lot of modern stuff too, like some pop and some other artists. Like, I like Coldplay, their stuff.
Yeah, they're
have
good.
PVG, piano vocal guitar book from them I play from. So
I bet it was like heaven when they play at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago already.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be in San Francisco again, so that's kind of funny. It's 10 years, it's going back to the same place, but yeah.
What was the first Coldplay song you ever heard?
Well, man, I remember Viva La Vida being coming out, and that was like one of the first ones I'd heard by them. But I know I like a lot of their different eras of repertoire that they have from different places that they've written, and just the kind of introspective thought they have on different things. They're like poets and philosophers in a sense, but they're really musicians at heart. But just they feel like kind of like they talk about puzzles, they talk about science, and like for me that kind of I gravitate towards that.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite philosopher or scientist or sage?
Being Catholic, I'd say Thomas Aquinas.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are some of his ideas? I've heard of him, but I'm not super well versed. I'm wondering.
So Aquinas, one of his I don't know if it was his idea, but an idea he took and he developed upon was he took in the 12th or 1300s, 1200s, right? 13th century, 1200s.
Yeah.
He took because the ancient Greek philosophers, they really only had Plato to work from, but he took Aristotle's thought, like the idea of like a virtue being between two vices. He took that, and he took like other ideas from Aristotle and brought them into the lens of the Catholic faith and used that, integrated that together. So that was really, that's why I like his thought. He's one of the greatest thinkers of the Catholic Church in the history of the Catholic Church, and he's very just he like wrote Latin hymns that we still use today. He wrote he has the idea of like an image versus substance. I don't know if that was him necessarily, but he developed that idea, like the idea that like the Catholics have the Eucharist, so the idea that the Eucharist has a certain image, but is different in substance. Like no one thinks that way anymore. It's like everybody's thinking about the image that they have, but no one wants to work on themselves and their substance, and what they are, and their character, as we say. And so I think about that sometimes and being like, well, I hope people are working on what's in the inside too, and not just to be like, they make an image of everything, like social media or whatever else, just to, think about what's actually really at the true heart of themselves and not just what they put out as a facade to the world,
Definitely. I think there's a lot of illusions out there right now.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of, is there any common misperceptions you see everyone believing in, and you're like,
Well, I think like when you talk to me and you approach me here, I think the idea that everybody's unapproachable and I can't talk to anybody and no one wants to, be able to talk to each other. I think we've learned that from this conversation that it's not necessarily true. I think people might be able to entertain a small conversation. Even if you just say, hi, how are you doing? Or can I ask you a question? If they say no, they say no. You just kind of move on. But sometimes they'll talk for 10 minutes or however long they want to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. This is how this kind of works. It's like 10 rejections, and I get one, and they talk for a while, and it's great. Put it up on YouTube. But you can keep talking as much as you want. But
I probably should get going pretty
going
soon. But
right.
Any last questions before you?
Yeah, I'll try to think of a good last question.
This is probably a glimpse into my world more than I would be used to sharing, but
I think it's great though.
It's great.
I think
it's great for me.
You have a lot of good insights and stuff. I think you seem like a very smart guy. What do you think? What's one of your favorite childhood memories that just really makes you happy every time you think of it?
I was a swimmer for a number of years, so I was on a swim team not too far from here, and I remember one swim meet we had it was towards the end of the swim meet, so most of my teammates had gone home, but I had a good mentor in my coach, so it was on the team, and he actually was one who stayed behind to count for my 500. So like if it's a longer distance event, you need someone to count for you because you can't do all the laps yourself in your head. So they keep a little board there. And I remember a great memory of mine is when my coach actually was the one, instead of one of my teammates, to do the counting for me on that 500, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's great. It was a great interview. I hope you have a good time with your friend. If you want to shout out any of your social medias or anything, or if you're off socials, but otherwise, I hope you do well.
Yeah, what's your name?
Yeah, my name's Owen.
Owen, nice to meet you. I'm Bob.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. All right. Stay
good
safe.
luck with your interviewing and
Thank you.
All your stuff. Stay warm and
it's cold out.
Yeah.
All right.